Okay, here is my feedback for CJ, Philip, and Rhett for your presentation. Um, so your presentation starts out with a long clip, um, and it's a great clip. It's very it works very well with the Unequal Childhood book. I'm happy you picked up on this clip. I like to use to teach. When you do this, you need to make clear where the clip comes from and how it relates and where it was a little bit confusing to me right away. I didn't know if I was actually watching the right video. So it's important to give that credit and put it in the context of what you're trying to teach. It did get our attention right away, but I would have liked to seen some introduction and then sort of introducing the clip. You have a nice discussion towards the beginning about class-based parenting styles. That's right on. One thing that I think is missing from your presentation is it's not clear that you're teaching about the book Unequal Childhoods. You sort of make the assumption that people know you're doing that book and that what it's about, and it's a sociological book and what it's about, and you kind of jump right into it. So I think you need to sort of step back when you do this and don't assume your audience is going to know all these things and know what you're trying to do. So that you kind of skip that step. I think it was smart how you focused on language in the Laurel book, and that was good to focus on one part. Um, I like that focus. I think it's interesting how you thought about using some cartoons to get your point across. I think these are often good teaching techniques to use cartoons. The way you actually did it, I found them hard to read. I think you tried to have text on the screen and the cartoons, where you're often better just doing the cartoons really big and then kind of pausing from it and letting people read the cartoons and then talking about them. So that you'll get better as you work to integrate that kind of media. But the thinking behind that is good in terms of teaching. I liked how you used the examples of the kids in the unequal childhood, and you tried to ground the language issue with the kids' experience that Lareau profiles and spends a lot of time with. Again, though, I think for someone who hadn't read the book or familiar, it was really not clear that these kids were part of the book. It would have been good to talk about the methods that she used for her sociological study. Sociology is all about it's a science, and there's strong methodology. She used a qualitative methodology um, and an ethnographic methodology. So it would have been important to talk about the methodology so the viewer of your presentation understands that now you're going to review what she did in her book, and these are the methods she used, and these were the findings to make your points. At the end, I was very happy that you came back to the issues of social class, and that you made this kind of core to your presentation, and you hit along these key topics in sociology.